Everybody knows that Marvel rival players are insane, and this guy, Dior, is not an exception to that. So I'm just playing some more rivals, playing Loki. I'm learning Loki. I'm doing really well, so I'm happy that I seem to be understanding what I'm doing a bit now. And this guy, Dior, was not happy about that. He sent so many insane messages to chat, which I'm showing now. I won't read them all. You can pause and read them. But he's just grumpy he lost. And you know what? I'm really enjoying playing this game, so I thought, why not use this little opportunity to make a how not to dive guide. A how not to dive guide on the basis of spite. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I know the basics. I have almost the majority of the time I've played this game, like a third of it is playing Black Panther. So I played dive a lot. I played magic to start. I played Genji a lot in Overwatch. I just dive. That's just the kind of playstyle I enjoy doing. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you learned something from it, cool. If you don't, also cool. It's going to be like a 5-minute video, so whatever. We're looking at the first death here. So he's going to end up pushing Penny Parker and get nuked by her mines. This one is an okay mistake. If you ever see webs like that on the ground, never push into them or walk over them if you haven't seen mines just go off in there, because you cannot see mines in there and they cannot be destroyed in there, and they will just nuke your health bar. Next kill, I have ult up, so I'm going to copy the Squirrel Girl because they're in a night type place, and I'm just going to send the Squirrel Tsunami down the middle, and it's going to pick up 2 kills here. The second kill is going to be Dior, and if we're going to switch off to his perspective to see what happens to him, the Tsunami comes in, he moves to the left to get away from it, and it bounces through the really tight spot. There's not much he could have done there. Now for the next death of Dior, we're just going off, and he actually does a decent dash up. He goes for the super, but he goes for it on Penny Parker. Your ult will only ever be effective on low health targets or healers. You always send it to healers. Then there is the next death for Dior. He pushes up. He's pushing up decently. He has a healer pocketing him, so he's feeling pretty confident, and he pushes up too far. This is the issue. At least he recognizes that he went too far and he tries to get back. But if you push them off objective like that, you're okay. You don't need to keep pursuing them. You don't need to chase them really far away. You just need to get them off point, get them off your team's back, and then not go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you're either going to get bursted down because you're not near any healers, or you're going to just be in a bad spot where you can't help your team and someone will just loop around and cause havoc. For his next death, and this is probably the worst one we've seen so far. It's definitely the worst one, in fact. He pushes into a team with a Luna ult up while standing outside of his Invisible Woman ult. This is terrible. First off, a Luna ult like that, you can never DPS through. The only way to do that is to instantly kill her with damage, and even his ultimate can't do that. And if you look at the healer perspective here, she can't see him at all. So he is officially pushed way too far forward, and she cannot help him anymore. This is the main issue that people have with dive, and especially dive tanks. If you're going to dive into a center of a team like that and have no support, you either need to be able to get out very quickly like Black Panther or Psylocke can, or you need to be able to actually have some support with you in order to deal with issues that arise. If he was in sightline of that Invisible Woman, he very likely could have survived there and had enough time to get back, or if they had another healer on them, he might have been fine. But what does he do? He pushes too far forward, he gets out of her sightline, and he stays out of her ult. All of those healer ults are very strong. If you can stand in them, you stand in them, especially if you're playing a tank and you're taking a lot of fire for your team. So in order to showcase a few of these points, I'm just going to show you like a minute of the gameplay while I'm closing out this video. Some gameplay that I have of Black Panther. That's both good and bad. What's good? I come in there, I kill the healer like I planned on, and I run away. I take a minute to run away, of course, but that's fine. I see another guy while some of my cooldowns are still going. I get out. Next, what's important here is I know I have a really good movement ability that will save my life here in a minute. And it is the Limbo Portal. But once again, I dive, so when I perceive as weak, I get in, I go. I'm running away. I use another ability, the Limbo Portal, to get really far back, and I just keep on running. You're just trying to stay away from people where they can't get you. And I get really lucky in this clip. If these guys had better aim, I would have died, and I would have been like, yep, I deserve that because I overextended myself. You cannot overextend yourself. You cannot expect to get healed. I didn't get healed by any of my healers there. I didn't expect to be. There's just so much stuff. This is what your normal dive will look like. You'll dive in, you'll kill a guy, and then you'll have to get out. And sometimes you just won't get out all the way. You can make the odds better for yourself, like in this clip or in this Black Widow clip I'm showing here, but you cannot guarantee it, and you can't get mad as a result that you can't guarantee it and end up being in a small YouTube channel's guide on how to dive made from spite, or whatever this will be titled. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to pick your fights carefully and make sure to chase people like healers and important characters that you could deal with. And if you want to learn Thor, go watch a Thor guide. I have maybe an hour and a half played on Thor, not that much. And if you're new like Dior, 1.5 hours, by the way. Don't expect to be amazing in a video game you haven't played all that much of. I played a ton of Overwatch. It took me several hours to get used to how Marvel Rival works. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.